Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Motivational Monday. We are going to get this party kicked off with some gratitude. Gratitude is huge, huge, huge in our house. I'm very into writing stuff down. I need to write down my I ams, especially on Monday mornings. They're huge on Mondays for me. They're huge every day of the week, but I feel like Mondays are extra special in the gratitude department. Write down what you are grateful for. Write down what, and it needs to be specific, not I'm thankful for my kids. Why? What happened yesterday that was such a blessing? For us in our house, we started our puppies on mush. That means I don't have to bottle feed these puppies anymore. Super grateful for that. That's huge. So write down something super specific that you're super grateful for that happened the day before. Grateful that
Can I say something too?
Valentine's Day was yesterday. Did you do something romantic? Did you not? Did you have some time to yourself? Did you know what I'm saying? What are you thankful for?
Can I add in something, Brittany? So I am statements are so important, and so is gratitude. Like there was a day that I got caught up in my morning routine because things happened or whatever. And at the end of the day, I'm like, why do I feel so off? And I realized it was because I didn't write in my gratitude journal. And you think, I know, because I've had the same thought. You think, oh, this is stupid, like writing down these I ams, like I am blah, blah, blah. But if you understand anything about the brain, so man thinketh, so he is, your brain is hardwired to go in the direction of your thoughts. And if your first thoughts in the morning are, oh my God, I have all this stuff I have to get done. Oh, I'm never going to be able to hit that volume. Oh, this situation happened. Instead of like really planting the seeds of the thoughts in your mind of, I am capable of all things. I will be diligent today. I am intentional. I am worthy. When you start putting those things down and like picturing them, your brain, the way that it works, will start directing you towards that way. So the thoughts and the things that you write down are so important. So if you're like writing this off, the I am statements, the gratitude, like you need to take it seriously, because I know for me, it's completely changed the direction of my life, just even in the last couple months.
Sorry, I was muted. Yes, absolutely. And I think the way you start your day is the way your whole day goes. So if you're starting off moody, then your whole day is going to be moody. But if you're starting off grateful and thankful, it makes your whole day so much better. I know Tiffany had something she wanted. Stop. Something. Where is she?
Yeah, you guys, we're 600 miles away from home. Okay. We live in Ohio. We're in Tennessee right now. For one purpose, and this ties into gratitude, I promise. A couple weeks ago, I got a phone call that my grandparents, who live here, right by the Smokies, their house exploded. Like literally, furnace exploded. Everything is gone. Everything. And obviously, it's a shock. They're both okay. Miracle. Honestly, it's truly a miracle. But that experience has really kind of set me into a gratitude mood. Like for the past month, I go to grab a spatula, you guys, and I'm grateful, because you know what? They had nothing. The only thing, my grandfather left the hospital in a hospital gown because that is all that he owned at that point. 50 years of marriage and memories gone in an instant. They did not have anything to their name. So I feel like, experiences like this really put your gratitude into, check. And I find myself, if you're a mom, if you're not a mom, if you're just a woman in general, you find yourself bitching and complaining about cleaning the house, right? Everybody does it. Oh my God, I got to do laundry. I got to clean the kitchen. You know what? I haven't been complaining because my grandmother does not have a house to clean. We were there yesterday. Every single house or window in that house was blown out. There is a hole in the living room floor that all of the living room fell into the basement. Like, I'm not bitching and complaining about cleaning anymore because I have what she doesn't right now. And it just, like I said, it put me into a mood of gratitude. So you know what, you guys, if you have a day where you're just like, you know, I don't want to do this, blah, 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 blah. Kind of put yourself in check and realize that there's people out there who want what you have, even if it's just a bed. Literally, if it's just a bed to sleep in, that is yours. That's the thing. So, I mean, I kind of wanted to touch base on that because it was an experience that, like I said, it put my gratitude in check.
That's so true, Tiff. I want to add on to that, and prayers for your family, because that's wow. And it really, that actually roots me into think like I have heat and I have windows in the house, like we running water, for crying out loud. Like we're pretty dang blessed here in like the country, whether you're in Canada or in the United States, like in perspective, you're blessed. Let's be honest. But I was listening to this podcast yesterday, and this guy was talking about how he was doing like his daily workout, and he was doing his cardio, and he was on like minute 30 or whatever. And he's like, gosh, this is hard. I should just stop. And he wanted to go for 45 minutes. And then he thought of this vet that had worked with him. That was like one of their sponsored people or athletes or whatever. It was this veteran who had one leg and was doing the Tough Mudder without crutches, without his prosthetic, like anything. And he was like, damn, if this dude can do that with only one leg, like, why am I bitching? And to be honest, you guys, like, if you're looking at your task list today and you're like, you know, the things that we need to accomplish to make our business move forward, like adding people to your network and connecting with people and messaging people, reaching out to your team, posting on social media, you guys, it is not hard what we do. There are people, it's negative 25 this morning in the state of Minnesota. There are people that work outside. For my husband, for instance, he drives truck and he has to unload stuff outside. You guys, what we do is not difficult. Stop making it like it is. The things that we do are very simple. Is it scary? Yes. And I talked about this before, but you got to understand the fear that you're having behind the things that we're doing is honestly something that you just have to get over, because what we do is not difficult. And you could be outside working physical labor, and it literally holds no comparison to the things that we do. But we make up these things in our mind like it's so hard to do these things throughout our day. Like adding to our network is so hard. No, it's because you aren't living your day intentionally, and you are wasting your time either watching other people's lives, scrolling social media, watching things like watching other leaders. You have time in your day. You are just not being wise with it, and it's not difficult. I started doing this 75 hard challenge, and it's really opened my eyes to how much time we waste on stupid shit. Let's be honest. So I have to do 2 45-minute workouts. One of them has to be outside. And again, it's negative 25 in Minnesota. And then I have to read self-development. I have to like drink all this water. I have to make sure that I'm doing all these things. Anyways, it made me realize, like, when you are spending 2 hours of your day basically working out, how you have to really prioritize time. And I know we're getting into it. We're like halfway through the month, and you might be looking at your volume and you're like, I have no idea how this is going to happen. I have so much going on in my life. Okay, today let's do a reality check and start writing down all the things that you're doing today. Take the day after today and write down all the things that you did today. Really get some perspective. I did this with a promoter of mine because she was like, I want to be so much more focused. And she originally was like, I'm going to do the 75 hard with you. I'm like, girl, if you're not prioritizing your regular day right now, there's no way you're going to be able to fit this in. So her and I'm like, today I want you to tell me everything that you did today. Like, what does your day look like? And she was like, wow, I'm spending a lot of time doing stuff that's not important, and I'm sleeping in and all those things. You guys, if you had let's say like your boss at your job was like, okay, for the next 14 days, here's a list of tasks that I need you to complete every single day. And if you complete them every single day, at the end of the month, I will give you a $4,000 bonus, or I'll give you a $12,000 bonus. In your job, would you not run for those or do the things that he's asking you to do? Your business is no different. Stop treating it like a hobby and getting frustrated when people aren't liking your posts or reaching out to you. Like, detach yourself from the results and start focusing on the actions that you take every single day. That was also something that I realized, like, in my weight loss journey, since I've been doing this Ultimate Thriver thing, is I was so focused when anytime I've done a resolution in the past, I was so focused on what's the number on the scale that I need to achieve. And then anytime that number wouldn't move, I would get frustrated and give up. And like, your business is no different. Like, you're watching your tracker every day and you're like, oh, it's just not moving. Like, the stuff I'm doing isn't working. And then I had a realization that instead of focusing on the stupid scale, instead of focusing on your volume tracker, which I think it's important to gauge where you're at, but if it's consuming your thoughts, like, try this for a minute. Instead of focusing on the number of the scale, I had to focus on what are the actions I need to take care of every single day that's going to lead me to the end result. And F the scale, honestly, is what I said to myself. The same thing goes for your business. People are getting so consumed with the number that's on their tracker that it is defeating you're emotionally attached to it. Stop being emotionally attached to the number on your tracker and start being really focused on the actions that you're taking every day. Because I can promise you, if you, like, let's say you were just not to look at your tracker. I'm not saying do this for like a month. Like, let's say you just completely stop looking at your tracker and all you did was focus on the daily actions you needed to complete every single day and did them with intention. I can guarantee you that tracker would move. But if you're constantly looking at your tracker, getting frustrated, so then you stop doing the actions, and then you go back to the tracker and you're like, why isn't it moving? It's because you're not doing the damn actions. That is the key to everything. If you're waiting for like secret sauce on how to work this business and be successful, I'm giving it to you. Do the damn actions. That's the secret sauce. That is the thing. But when you're one day super focused and you do all the actions, and the next day you don't do anything, and then the next day you're super focused, and then you go 2 days without, you're never going to reach that moment of success that you want because you're constantly starting over. Here's the thing about trusting the process. The little actions that you do every single day will compound together, and one day you'll wake up and be like, man, I'm so glad that I trusted the process. It's just like losing weight. You look at the scale, you're like, it's not moving, I can't notice anything when I'm looking in the mirror. It's been a week, it's been 2 weeks, I don't see anything, but you're still diligent with working out, you're still diligent with eating the right things. Eventually, 6 months down the road, you will put up a side-by-side picture and you'll be like, holy shit, like, I actually am making progress because you detached yourself from the scale and from how you might be feeling in that moment, and you just kept focusing on the actions. Your business is exactly the same. Emotionally detach yourself from the result, because if you're thinking constantly like, I suck at this because my tracker hasn't moved today, oh my God, I don't have a new customer, I'm just going to give up, then your trajectory is going to continue to be the exact same.
Oh my God, that is so good and leads us into today's topic. Mid-month, mid-promo slump. How do you stay motivated? We are exactly halfway through. Oh no, we're not. It's February. It has less days in the month, but whatever. We're halfway through February. We're also almost halfway through with this operation promo. So how the hell do you keep going? How do you not lose focus halfway through the month? How do you, and Meghan, oh my God, that led in beautifully. Stop looking at your damn tracker and just do the do. Reach out to the people, post every single day. It doesn't have to, every day doesn't have to be Thrive related, but sprinkle that shit in. Stop going to your uplines, sidelines, downlines, and complaining that stuff isn't happening when you're not, when you're not doing the do. See, puppies for sale. I'm telling you, they're driving me nuts this week. If you're not doing the do, you're not going to get the get. Plain, simple, period, end of story. So if you're sitting there complaining that stuff's not happening and you're not working your business, you're not going to get results. Meghan, I'm stealing your analogy. Is that what they're called? We're going to go with analogy. If you're complaining about not losing weight, if you're complaining about shit not working and you're not doing anything, it's because you're not doing anything to make it happen. Get to work, make it happen. So Tiffany, I'm going to pop you in real quick. What do you do to screaming hyenas? Stop. What do you do for you and your team to keep them motivated, to keep things rolling? Before you pop in, I do want to say you can't motivate people. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you have to constantly motivate your team, but I think that you need to constantly, oh, they're super mouthy and they argue like teenagers. I swear to God. You have to keep motivated in order for your team to be motivated. So if you're being Debbie Downer, if you're being all this negative, your team is going to follow suit. But if you do the do every single day, if you're posting, if you're sharing stories from the Lavelle fan page, if you're doing bingo or some kind of IPA tracker, if you're leading your team, they will follow. Starr wants to pop on real quick.
So listen, I have to piggyback off of that. That is so true, guys. I got into a funk, I would say, back in like towards the end of November. Even after that trip, you know, I felt so good, but then I came back home and life happened. Y'all, you wouldn't believe the I guess speed is the best word that I can say for it, that my team followed suit. Like they also fell into a funk, and I know for a fact it was because of me. They seen that I was slipping, and we always tell our teams about duplication. Y'all, they duplicated me, like straight up. You know, like they will follow suit. So you just have to be more disciplined with yourself. You have to catch yourself slipping and call yourself out on your own bullshit. Nobody's going to do it for you. That's all. Thank you.
That's funny because Starr and I were talking about this the other day. Because she was like, we were just having a conversation. I was like, here's the thing. Sometimes we're afraid for our team, for our team. Like, we love our team so much. We're like, they're like our ride or dies. They're our friends or our family. But sometimes you need to have a come to Jesus with them. Not because you're trying to micromanage, not because you're trying to be in control of their business, but because you love them, you sometimes need to have a come to Jesus and say, like, what are you doing? You told me you wanted this. Like, what are you doing? And like, if you truly care about your team and they know you care about them, when you come to them to have that conversation, like, I'm sure you'll be afraid, like, oh, I'm afraid they're going to be mad at me or something like that. If they know your intention in your heart, they're not going to be mad at you. They're going to be like, thank you. And I had to do that with some people on my team, and nothing against them, nothing bad to say, because I get it. Life happens sometimes. And a lot of the people on my team, they're working full-time jobs. They're trying to juggle everything. And I get what that's like to sometimes get on a downward spiral where you're consumed with like your day and stuff like that. But I said, like, what are you doing? And one of my promoters came back to me and she's like, thank you for that conversation, because I had to look myself in the mirror and say, like, what the F are you doing? Because if you continue down this path of what you're doing right now, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to make anything happen that you're wanting to accomplish. So sometimes it's being real, with yourself, and like being honest with yourself. Am I actually doing the things? If you're lying to yourself and saying, oh yeah, I'm doing the things, but you're not actually doing the things, say goodbye to your confidence, because every time you tell yourself a little white lie like that, it erodes your confidence. It completely destroys it. and your business will reflect it, and your team will reflect it, because like Starr said, they're going to emulate the things that you say. So why don't you just start showing up for yourself? Why don't you honestly take a look in the mirror and say, like, it's time. We're on February 15th. It's time to stop screwing around with the things that I'm doing. It's time to stop telling myself little white lies. And it's time for me to be brutally honest with myself and look at the tasks that I'm doing every day. And if it's not moving me forward in my business, to completely eliminate it. You guys, it's only like what, 75 days until this business, or until this promo, or the promo period's over. It's only 75 days. Do you know how fast that's going to go by? So damn fast. You're looking at the end like it's so much time, but I can tell you now, we're sitting in February 15th. I'm like, holy shit, it's already February 15th. Get your ass in gear. That this 75 days will pass regardless. But do you want to be the person at the end of the 75 days that's like, I gave it my all, I made things happen, I removed distractions, I went for what I wanted? Or do you want to be the person at the end of the 75 days that's like, man, I wish I would have? Because I can promise you that regret is going to sting a lot more than you actually getting up early and doing the damn things and removing things like Netflix and scrolling people's timelines and watching other people's stories and not actually doing anything about it, getting involved in drama. Like, cut the shit out, you guys, because you have an opportunity to completely change your family's life. And if you don't take that stuff out of your life, you will not get there. Wake up. We're on the 15th. Let's go. Let's take all the excuses and put them aside, because the things that you're saying to yourself, like, I don't have time, I don't have enough people, nobody's buying my stuff, like, they're just you're just trying to validate the reason why, like, you don't want to work so hard. Like, stop. Just stop, because anybody is capable of at least achieving a $4,000 bonus. What?
So true. You're making excuses. If you were saying nobody wants this, you were so wrong. Are you sending out minis? Are you talking about the product? There's so many people on my team who are like, nobody wants it. And I go look at their Facebook page and they ain't talked about Thrive in 4 months. Ain't nobody know you using it. You ain't talking about it. Why the hell are they going to want it if you're not sharing? Okay, sorry. Chas is going to jump in real quick.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am sitting in the dark. We have no power. We're in Texas. We're like, I don't know, like a crazy amount of snow. And it's so funny that you guys are talking about this because, of course, Pat didn't sleep last night. It just, our power, we're doing like rolling blackouts here in Texas. And we knew that was going to happen. They had posted it. They had warned us. They had told us about it. We knew that this obstacle was going to happen, but yet everybody in our page has literally just been complaining since 1 o'clock this morning. And we know in this business, many of us wear so many different hats. And like Meghan said, 72 days, y'all, this month, February, is 7 years that I've been doing this business. It's crazy how that time is going to fly. So you have to prepare. You have to know, I have to look at my week. Things are going to come up. Things are going to happen. But if you don't prepare, then something's going to come up. You're going to get into a day where you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't post about Thrive. I didn't share. I didn't do any IPAs. And then, then that guilt is going to sit in. Well, I didn't do it yesterday. Well, I'm not going to do it tomorrow. And it's just going to be, no pun intended, kind of, but a snowball effect. And so you have to prepare and you have to plan. And I don't remember who it was. It might have been Meghan. You have to work this as a business. You have to understand that this is a business. And for many that smash those promos in January, you're making more money than any career. I have Googled, there's been times when someone will say, Chas, this was my check, including the bonus or that sort of thing. And I've Googled what profession makes this much money this in a week's time, and you can't find it because we have our hands on an opportunity. So, as you're going through life, I know a lot of times in this industry, it is just thrive, 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 thrive. Well, y'all, that's not realistic. We still have to show up for the other people, the other things. Many of us that work outside jobs, that sort of thing, we have to show up for those things too. But we can plan and we can prepare. Yesterday, there was some pretty snow on the ground, and I got my makeup. Everything was canceled. I mean, like everything. We weren't even supposed to be driving on the roads, because us Texas people. But I got my makeup on. I went and took some good photos because I knew that I was probably going to need those throughout the week this week. And right now, my conversations that I'm having are the people that are hashtagging in Texas, the people that are local to me, that are talking about Texas snow, that are talking about, yesterday, somebody posted, let me see your frozen pools. I mean, I was intentionally engaging with local people because I know that we're relevant right now. And so those are the times that you have to stay consistent. You have to be engaging. And people say, well, like you said, Brittany, nobody wants the product. There's nobody for me to talk to. Well, maybe your friends and family don't, and that's okay. But that's not all. There's billions of people in the world. There's billions of people on social media. So who are you talking to new? For example, like I said, I can't even tell you how many new people, new followers that I have just yesterday talking about things that are relevant to the conversations that people are having right now. Now, did I decide yesterday at some point that I wanted to, just enjoy the day? It was Valentine's Day. Yes, absolutely. But I also know that come Monday, come Tuesday, payday, I still love this lifestyle that I get to live. So, and I also wanted to talk to what Starr said. I shared a couple of weeks ago that, I did get in that rut too. Success, money, titles, that does not exempt you from getting in a funk. Life is going to happen. Your situations are going to happen. It doesn't exempt you. And one thing that I encourage you to do is to reach up. If you find yourself more than a day, more than 2 days, if you've heard my story, my story was when I started Thrive, I was like on a 30-day streak of just not showing up for anybody. Reach up, learn those techniques to go, I'm just in a funk. I just need a little push. Now, that doesn't mean that someone, when you're down, it's not easy, y'all. I understand it is not easy to reach up. What it is easy to do is use photos, old photos. It's easy to post, content from, months ago, years ago. And oh, we got power now, so y'all can probably hear me better now. But yeah, it's rolling, so it's so funny. But here's the other thing. I made an intention. I'm going to get up this morning. I'm going to get my routine done. And I know that I'm going to have 30 minutes of power. Well, I sure the heck ain't running outside. I have 30 minutes to go get on that treadmill. So I have to plan for that success. I have to plan. 30 minutes, guys, I know sounds like that's not a big deal. 30 minutes is huge for me. It's huge for my mental health. It's huge for my accomplishment of the day. Thank goodness, even though everything is shut down, we can still work from home. So when I start my day, when I get my day, and I could say, you know what, the power's been going out. I may get on that treadmill and it's just going to be for a few minutes. And then the power's going to go off again. But I have to know it's going to come back on again. So do something else. And again, going back to what Starr said, we are going to be shaken. We have to be, no one tells us, get up, get motivated. You know, we hear IPAs, we hear all of these things, but we are entrepreneurs. We do not have a boss telling you to, you have this quota, you have to reach out to 25 people, you have to do XYZ. You are your own boss and you decide what you do with your day and with your time. Now, does our team follow us? Absolutely. But our team also has to take the responsibility of showing up. They have to take the responsibility of their own business. They have to, you know, if I own a salon or I own a boutique, I can't depend on my employees to do everything for me. I own that business. I submit my information to the IRS. I tell them I'm the owner. This is my business. I own it. And so taking ownership of it and saying, you know what, something's not working. And like I said, I cannot express how much the importance is of being relevant to what you're doing. Like Meghan, she's doing her Ultimate Thriver Challenge. And her and I were messaging the other day, and she said, you know, I've just got to show up authentically for me. The other day, I was sent a video, and someone sent it to me and said, hey, you know, this just really meant something to me, and I wanted to share it with you. And I sent that out to so many friends that I just felt in my heart they needed to hear it. And a girl that's in another direct sales company, I mean, she thanked me openly on Facebook, and I had like 20 friend requests from that. Would I cross recruit? Absolutely not, because I lead with character and integrity. But should someday they decide that they want to go in a different direction, now we've made a new connection. Now we've made I had no idea what she was going through, but I knew that she posts content that I value. There are days when she's posting things and I'm like, man, this is good stuff. So recognize the people on your feed. You know, who are your top 30? Who are your top 30 people that are your C first? Shoveling snow is my daily workout. I know. I said zero. I'm not going to complain. I was telling Pat, I said, baby, we've lived here since 2017 and we've never had this happen. And literally everybody in our community page has been complaining all night long. Here is the reason I protect my peace, because literally I started seeing that. And why do we start our day with gratitude every single morning when we do these? Is because, you know what I said? I said, I knew that we were going to be without power. I have like 5 blankets on me. I have layers of clothes. I was proactive. I was prepared. I knew that there was going to be a possibility of things to be, you know, happen that were uncommon. And I prepared for it. Everybody else, they knew. And this is what happens. This is what sets the 1%ers apart, is we prepare. We know that, especially 2020, that should have taught us that anything can happen. Anything can change. You may have, you know, your list of to-dos and to-don'ts and what you're going to get done today, and something happens and the kids need you, or something happens and your partner, your spouse needs you. Something happens with you, Brittany, and you know, the dogs do something, you know, I mean, anything. And, you know, I just want us to own this business, but own it with grace. And I can tell you that, and again, going back and speaking to Starr, we are all going to have those days. We are all going to get in that funk. And we have this warped mentality that because we are in multi-level marketing, direct sales, and we are thrivers, that we have to be positive, that we have to eat clean every single day, that we can't miss a beat. You know what? More than thrivers, more than moms, more than spouses, we are human. But what we should be doing different, that is different than the people and no disrespect to the ones in my neighborhood page, but the thing that's different is we have to be proactive because we know that we are business owners. We know that no one is going to say, you know, hey, you've got to show up for yourself. You've got to do the do to get the get. So, you know, understand that you guys, Brittany's telling me something. Britt, go ahead. Go ahead.
Tiff's going to jump in real quick. She's standing outside in the cold away from her kids.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So see, I'm all cuddled up, snuggled up, and just running my mouth. Go for it, girlfriend.
No, that's okay. Like I said, we're in Tennessee and we are not used to this cold weather here. Like, I don't know what's happening, but it's like 30 degrees in Tennessee right now. And I'm standing outside.
Okay, I know you're freezing. I know you're freezing, but let me just say this for 2 seconds. That right there, Tiff, that is what sets you apart. You're willing to do that, not take away from your kids, but stand in the cold, shut your mouth. And I know you're not saying that, but that's what we're willing to do. We are willing to do the things that most people won't. And that right there, like, I honor you for that. And I'm going to quit talking, but I wanted to bring that to people's attention because most people would just say, hey, I can't, I can't, it's below sub, whatever, freezing. And thank you for showing up and owning this responsibility that you've committed to and saying, I'm going to do this. So go ahead and I'm going to quit talking.
No, you're fine. I'm actually walking the parking lot and I was thinking to myself, oh, Chastity be proud of me because I'm out.
Yes.
I'm out first thing in the morning with my tennis shoes on, walking the parking lot. But you guys, Meghan had said, you know, sometimes you have to have those tough conversations. You have to kind of have, and if you're on Brittany Strike's team, you know, she has coming to Jesus moments and they will bring you back. Okay. And sometimes you have to have that not only with your team, but with yourself, you guys. You have to have those moments to where, you know, you kind of have to be real with yourself. And I am telling everybody this, if these bonuses do not motivate you, nothing will.
Amen.
Here's the thing, nothing will motivate you. And it's just, I'm not mean about it, but when somebody's like, I just can't get motivated, I'm like, $4,000, go. That doesn't motivate you? Okay, what about $12,000 in a free car? Like, if that doesn't motivate you, come back when you find something that does, okay? Because I'm working with people who are running for this, okay? I will be here for you to support you, but I am working with people who are running for this, okay? Bonuses should motivate you. But with that being said, you guys, if the money is what you're here for, I know a lot of us are here for a paycheck. Don't get me wrong, that's why I signed up. But about, I don't know, 2 years ago, I switched. I wasn't just here for the money anymore.
Oops.
I wasn't just here for the money anymore. I was here to change people's lives. Instead of how much money can I make today, I was, whose life can I change today? Who can I help today? And when you switch that mentality, you guys, not only do you feel better about what you're doing because you're changing somebody's life, but you're also making money because you're changing people's lives. They're feeling better. They're telling their friends, they're telling their, you know, so it's a domino effect. But don't just be focused on the money. We have products. Sorry, my nose is running. It's so cold. We have products that nobody else has. Okay, just remember that. And gratitude. The other thing, every Tuesday we get paid. Okay, I'm gonna circle back around to gratitude. If it's $20, you guys, be damn thankful for that $20. That's something that really, really grinds my gears is when people are like, oh, my check was only $20. Only? That's $20 that you didn't have 5 minutes ago. Like, be thankful for that. I mean, because of this opportunity, this business, when I got that phone call a few weeks ago, I immediately booked a trip down here because I needed to be here for my grandparents. I needed to be here for them. And I did not have to worry. Let that stuff motivate you. Because you know what? 4 years ago, this would not have been possible whatsoever. because I would not have been able to afford it. But because of this business, I was able to just, at the drop of a hat, book a trip, be like, okay, we're coming down, you know, there's not much we can do, but just be here for you. People are looking at me weird. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
One thing I want to say is, we ask this question in this industry, and I'm on a high horse right now about this industry because I get a lot. Y'all, I wish that y'all could see some of the messages in Messenger about the non-tradition and if it ended tomorrow and all of the crap. And I am so confident now about it that it doesn't bother me, but I realize that it stops a lot of people. I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be salesy. I don't this, I don't that. And then I ask them, can you tell me why? Just tell me why you go to your day job. And 9 out of 10 people can't tell me why they go to their day job. They don't know why they do what they do. Well, I went to college, I got this degree, and I have a specific person in my mind, and she's been a programmer, works 80 freaking hours, intensive, crazy job, and is literally in the middle of an emotional breakdown. And she's struggling to be a mom, struggling to perform for her job, and she's miserable. And that's the thing, that this industry, we can find purpose. If the money does not motivate you, does helping other people motivate you? Does philanthropy work, does that motivate you? Tiffany, that you can go be there for your family. You said, I know this isn't much, but I know for me, if I'm in a funk, just somebody being there is everything to me. So you've got to find, and I know it sounds cliche, find your why. But then if you're like, well, I don't really know my why, and the money doesn't motivate me, and then ask yourself, why do you go to your day job? Well, I got to pay my bills. So, well, money then does obviously motivate you, maybe not in excess, but it motivates you because you want to keep your power on. I know right now I'm thankful for power, especially today. And I've shifted my mindset. And I said to Pat, I said, babe, can you imagine people that are struggling, that power not being on is a thing that they are walking through, that during winter, they can't keep their house warm, they don't have food. I literally thanked God for, when you talk about wake up with gratitude, just the covers on my bed. And you guys know I'm very, very blessed, but I was thankful for the covers, for the extra socks, for just so many different things. And we have to understand, we have a potential and opportunity to go as far as we want to go, to do as much as we want to do, but it's in our hands. Are there people out there that need what we have? Yes. Stop prospecting. Stop talking to people that are stuck and want to stay stuck. Check back in with them. Check in with them, make sure they're good, make sure they're okay. But those people that are saying, I want a difference, I want to change, I'm tired of this, I'm ready for, I see people say, I'm so sick of the negativity on Facebook. And I love to send them a message and go, girl, I get it. I know we've created a community of people that love to inspire. Well, I want to be a part of that community. What is it? What do you have going on? And so make sure that you understand, when you count yourself out in this business, think about that day job that many people, and I don't mean to use this, but I'm sure you guys saw right here in Fort Worth, where local where I live, where Amber lives, people that lost their lives because we don't know how to drive in this weather in Texas, but lost their lives going to a job that in 2 days, everything's going to go back to normal and they will be replaced. So what is the impact? What are you doing? What are you doing today that is impacting lives? And that is the difference in a non-traditional career. We have a career. I own this career. I am proud of this career. Just like I was proud of being a computer engineer, I am proud to be a sticker slinger, because I get to do more now than I ever could have done in corporate. I'll pass it back to you, Brittany.
A sticker slinger. I'm writing that down. That's funny. I just want to throw this out there. I'm going to throw a scenario. If you work in concrete sales, do you believe in that concrete that you're selling to that person? Do you talk about it? Do you upsell it? Do you talk about Thrive and what it does for you? Are you talking about it? How has it helped? How is your sticker slinging business helping you? What does it do for you and your family? Are you sharing about that? If you're a waitress or a bartender, you upsell drinks, don't you? Why aren't you upselling your Thrive? Why aren't you talking about it? That freaking avocado on a burger is $3 extra. You can talk about that, but you won't talk about how balance can help your system. You won't talk about how these 3 steps is changing your life. Why not? Do you believe in these products? Do you think they work? Do they work for you? Talk about it. That's kind of all I had. Meghan, did you have anything else before we do?
Yeah, real fast. Much to what Tiff was saying and Chas, there's going to be days when you're not motivated. Trust me. There's days, that I'm not motivated to go for a walk in -9-degree weather. But you have to learn to be disciplined on those days and give yourself grace. Understand that maybe you're having a mental moment, but don't sit there in that space forever, because I can tell you I sat in that space in 2020. It didn't get me anywhere. But you just have to get into the daily habit of doing the things even when you don't feel like it sometimes, because motivation is fleeting. There's days where I'm like, yes, I need to do this for my family. Yes, I need to do this for my team and the women that I haven't met yet because I want to impact their life. Yes, I want to help that woman that's tired and I need to show up for her today because she needs to hear my message. But there's days where I'm like, I get up and I'm tired and I'm sore and I'm like, I just don't feel like getting up right now. But I know that I've gotten into this habit of doing these things that I still have to show up, that I still got to do the things. Because what if I don't say something and I'm like, what if I don't post today? And there's another person that looks forward to what I post because it helps them move forward in their day. You're the same thing to somebody else, even if you don't know it yet. If you're consistently showing up, there's at least one person that's consistently watching you. I can promise. And maybe you're that thing for that person that gives them permission to go on with their day. And by you not showing up for one day, that impacts them. So our impact is so much bigger than even like Thrive or the people that are in your business. Sometimes like you just being that positive light for the day, it can help somebody keep going, even if they're not in your business. So that's
Meghan,
something that I just always keep in mind.
Meghan, one of the things I loved about a conversation you and I had in Messenger, and you said, about authentically showing up. Again, we think because we are thrivers and because we are self-developing all the time and we're always growing and people need to see you show up and to say, I'm not feeling it today, y'all, but I knew that y'all would be here and I had to show up for you guys. They have to see that part too, because that is real life. People don't want to show up for work. They don't want to show up in mom. They don't want to show up. And when you will tell them, look, I didn't feel it today. I didn't want to be here today. I am telling you that if it wasn't for these 2 capsules, I'd still be laying here in bed. But, you take those 2 capsules and the rest is history. Like, I'm up. So don't be afraid to talk about down times. Now, don't be that negative Nancy all the time. If you are in a serious funk, get on the phone with someone that's going to walk you through. Let's figure this out. Let's get this figured out. But don't be afraid to show up as your authentic self and say, I'm struggling with this. I am working through this. Hey, what are you guys doing during this time? How, what gear are you using to work out in negative whatever degree? Most people are going to say you're crazy. Don't work out in negative degree. Well, I don't have power, so I can't be on the treadmill and I'm not missing my workout. It starts conversation. And when people they can identify with you, when you are real to them, we're not real to them. Talking about a $50,000 bonus, talking about financial freedom, debt free, getting up at stupid 30 to self-develop and meet during the week. Like we're weirdos. We're abnormal to them. But if you talk about how my morning Zooms really help me just get my day going, that's it. You don't have to talk about how great you are and how, motivated and you do all the things, because then what happens is people place us on a pedestal and we have an expectation to show up. And then when we have a bad day or we have a bad couple of days, it's not the guilt from everybody else. It's our own internal guilt that says, you're not good enough. You're not good enough leader. You failed. You didn't stay consistent. You fell off your train. You know what? I am human before anything else. But one thing that I know is I know that when I am down, I know how to reach up. And that's something that I've learned, and it's taken time. So, you guys are amazing. And I'll tell you, this morning's Zooms do get me like all jacked up and fired up. But, we just have to understand that we are humans going through this life, and let people see. Now, I always say, protect the things that are sacred to you. You don't have to put all your business on the street. You don't have to tell everybody everything. Just think about it this way. Share with them the things that it's okay if they come at you with a, kind of a hater mentality. Oh, well, I thought you were a thriver. I thought you should feel good. I thought you should be showing up. Yeah, I'm a thriver, but this stuff is legal. It's not crack. So, I some days am just not feeling it. And that is things that I get more messages about. Thank you for being transparent and saying, it's not every day. I got called, I didn't even know who Karen was during quarantine. And people are like, Karen. I'm like, who that? I told my girls, I was like, I learned what Karen and whack was during quarantine. I'm like, what are these things? And, it's just, I wasn't trying to be Karen. I was trying to keep my mental health from going south. So, just understand that show up as your authentic self and reach up, even if it's just to say, look, I just need a friend right now. Because you're a thriver does not mean you've got it all together. Just because you are a leader doesn't mean you have it all together. You're going and doing life. But the cool part about it, in corporate America, when I was having a bad day, when I was struggling at home, when I was, going through life, and I was going through a divorce, nobody asked me, how was I? Nobody gave two craps. I had to perform. I had quotas. I had emails. Nobody cared. This is different in this industry. We care. We're family of choice, and we do life together. And that's what sets us apart. And so just know this, some people will come in for the money. Some people will come in to be able to help others. And some people will come in because they just want to be a part of a community.
Oh my gosh. So freaking good. So yes, all of that. Stay motivated. If you start to lose steam, start losing your motivation, reach out, reach up, reach sideways. We are all here for each other. We're all in this poop storm of COVID. So just know that you are loved, you are appreciated. If you don't make the post, so imagine if the person who enrolled you didn't make that post that pulled you in. Would you be here? What if your post is that for somebody else? What if your post and you talking about stuff is what's going to save somebody? help their mental health, give them a community that they need, give them these lifestyle getaways that they need, give them that car payment, that $100 to put food on the table for their kids. That one post that you make could change hundreds of thousands of lives. If you don't make it, what if? Tiff, jump in real quick.
I just totally lost my train of, oh no, I got it. Okay. So like Chas was saying, jump. If you're not feeling it, go up. You guys also have sideline sisters. Okay. Like I know that I have at least 5 people. If I'm not motivated, if I need help, I mean, I can go to at least minimum 5 different people that will motivate me or be there. Okay. So go aside too. But with your uplines, like Chas said, we are literally family. The day of the explosion, I went to my upline. I said, I need an hour. I'm like, I don't know if he's going to live. I don't know what's going on. I need an hour. Without skipping a beat, she's like, go, turn off your phone, go, as much time as you need. Your uplines are family. This entire team is a family. Don't ever lose sight of that.
Amen to that. Meghan, are you still on?
Yep.
I'm gonna have you pick a winner. Guys, I want you to drop 2 things that really stuck out to you in the comments or in the chat, comments, chat, whatever it's called. Meghan's gonna pick a winner. Starr is gonna read our 100 Days to Brave. And then we're actually gonna finish on time today.
Look at us go. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that that this happened, how it happened this morning. I don't know about all of you, but I needed to hear every single word that was spoke this morning. So we're on day 32, the difference between dreams and calling. And I remember this day, guys, because remember I said I did this book last year. Listen clearly, okay? God's gifts and God's calls are under full warranty. Never canceled, never rescinded. And that's Romans chapter 11, verse 29. I had a pretty vivid dream the other night. It doesn't happen to me often, but when it does, it is visceral. Sorry, I had to ask my mom how to say that word. When I woke up, I felt it so deep in my gut that I had to call my friends who were in the dream just to make sure it wasn't a reality. I felt really weird for a few hours, and I had to keep reminding myself that it was just a dream. None of it had really happened. But that's how dreams work sometimes. They feel very real until they fade away and you return to your normal life. It doesn't quite go that way when you think about the dreams you have for your life, does it? The dreams I have for my life are often wishes my heart makes. Are often wishes that my heart makes. I dream about a job or a spouse or kids or a house. We can have dreams of things we hope to come to pass, things we've seen in our mind's eye, and things we really want to have. And none of that is bad as long as we keep dreams in their right spot. Not promises, not guarantees, but dreams. Dreams are different from your calling. Your calling is sure and strong. Your calling, the thing that God has placed in you for the good of the planet and the good for your heart, it isn't going anywhere. Rebecca Lyon says your calling is where your burdens and your talents collide. I think of it this way. Your calling is the cash in the bank, and your dreams are all the ways you can come up with spending that cash. Another way to look at it, your calling is the ingredient in the kitchen, and your dreams are all the ways you can use that specific ingredient. Why do we need to differentiate? Because you need to have dreams, big, beautiful, bold, crazy dreams of what you think could happen. But you need to build your life around your calling, not your dreams. Your dreams will change over time. Some will come to pass and some will pass away, but your calling will remain true. And what she highlights today is your calling, the thing that God has placed in you for the good of the planet and the good of your heart. It isn't going anywhere. So your challenge to be brave today is to make a list of a few dreams that you have for your life. How do you see your calling being displayed in those dreams?
So
Awesome.
good.
So the winner is Tabitha Henson.
All right,
Get with
message me.
Brittany. Get your info.
Message me. I'll get you the list of your options. I'll grab your address and we will get your giveaway sent out. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Stay motivated, stay positive, reach out, reach sideways, reach wherever you need to reach. We're all here for you. We will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye, y'all.